AllBall TV.
They scared, but I'm not.
They don't like comentario.
Y suscribe. Come on in. Come on in. Yes, yes, yes. We are here this afternoon, y'all. We are here. Hope everybody's doing well. Hope everybody's doing okay. We giving y'all Knicks rehab in the afternoon today. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Big shout out to my brothers Fabian, Flea. Hopefully they'll pull up in the building, but if not, who the hell cares? The prettiest one of the trio is here. Who needs to look at them, right? I'm here in the building. You got AllBall. Hope everybody's doing well. Y'all know the drill. Hit that like button. Share, like, subscribe. Tell a friend. Tell a friend. Get y'all asses in the building. Yes, sir. We are here. We are here. We are here. Big game tonight. Big game tonight. At home against the Pacers. Y'all know the drill. We trying to get up to that 2 seed. Hopefully that 1 seed. But get y'all asses in the building. Yeah. Let's go, y'all. Let's go. Ho, 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 ho. Ho, ho, ho. Ho, ho. Let's go, y'all. Mr. Smith is in the building. Is that RP in the building? Yes. YouTube comment raider. Love it. Love it. 10 drill sound. What up, baby? Yeah, man. We here, y'all. We here. We got some things to discuss. Personally, I don't care how nobody feels if we're going to discuss Mikal Bridges all season long until he gets his shit together. That's a fact. That's a fact. I've said it. And one thing I try to do is stick to my word. Now, all of a sudden, everybody wants to discuss Mikal Bridges when I've been saying this. And what I told y'all, leave it up to me. We're going to discuss his bum ass every day until he figured his shit out. Nowhere in the world. Hopestown, what up, baby? Nowhere in the world. We pay you $155 million, give up 5 first rounders. We join you with your friends. So we kind of did you a favor. Oh, and by the way, you're playing in New York. And this is the thanks we get? No, 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 no. Everybody in the chat, big shout out Hopetown. I see you in the building, baby. Let me know, how am I looking on the screen? Am I good? Am I sounding good? Am I looking good? Because we're going to get Knicks rehab started in a few. I just need to know everything is going correctly. Please give me a Josh Hart up. Are we looking good on the screen? Are we sounding good on the screen? Please let me know. Because I got some shit to discuss today. Yeah, I'm going rogue, y'all. I don't know what my brothers is doing. They don't want to continue to discuss Mikal Bridges. I will. Fuck that. Today on First Take, chat, that's why I love y'all. Thank y'all. Thank y'all. Let me fix my glasses. Let me unfog my glasses, right? Because we're going to discuss some things today. Yeah, we're going to have some good discussions today on Knicks Rehab. We're going to have some great discussions on Knicks Rehab today. First, today on First Take, oh, man, beautiful, lovely, extravagant, sexy, exquisite, the elegant. Rhonda Flores is in the building. Hope Towns is in the building. We already got some beautiful ladies in the building. What up, y'all? What up to the ladies? Fellas, what's good, baby? Paul 556 Freak Show. Listen, these are things that we allege. These are things that we speculate, my brother. The beautiful, the lovely, the extravagant, the sexy, the exquisite, the elegant. Another one of the ladies of AllBall TV is in the building. Wonder Woman. Wonder Woman, what up, baby? Oh, man, you at work. I'm off today, so I'm just enjoying the day. My man is in the building. Claude. And Claude, please, when I say it like that, it's a joke. It's nowhere near to be disrespectful. We appreciate you, OG. So big shout out. Claude is in the building. But big shout out to the whole chat. We need y'all to hit that like button. We need more of y'all to become members. But y'all see I got my phone. These are my notes. We're going to discuss Mikal Bridges and Jalen Brunson today. And, of course, Mike Brown. That's the Chicago Bull triangle. Oh, Beautiful, lovely, extravagant, sexy, exquisite, elegant. Darlene Bryant is in the building. Fellas, I don't know about y'all, but I love when the ladies is around. Darlene Bryant, what up, fellas? Please be respectful and speak to the ladies. Today, we're going to talk about the Chicago Bull Phil Jackson triangle. Mikal Bridges, Jalen Brunson, Mike Brown. Now, today on First Take, Kendrick Perkins addressed Stephen A. Smith about his comments on Mikal Bridges, and the fault being is Jalen Brunson. I'm going to say it again. Today on First Take, ESPN, Kendrick Perkins addressed Stephen A. Smith on his accusations, on him accusing Jalen Brunson being the fault of why Mikal Bridges is here, and maybe why Mikal Bridges is playing so bad and so poorly, right? And Kendrick Perkins told Stephen A. Smith, I don't give a hell what you talking about. It's no way in world you can blame Jalen Brunson for anything. Chat, I got to ask y'all, whose side are you on? Who has a point? Does Stephen A. Smith have a point that Jalen Brunson should be blamed? Does Kendrick Perkins have a point that we shouldn't blame Jalen Brunson for jack shit? Please chat. I need y'all to engage. I need y'all help today. My brothers are playing hooky. Hopefully they'll pull up in the building. But like I said, who wants to look at their ugly mugs? Well, you look at this pretty face right here, right? One more time for the new people in the building. Please put a Perkins, put a Stephen A. in the comment section. Who do you agree with? Do you agree with Stephen A. Smith that this should be solely put on and the blame is Jalen Brunson? Or do you agree with Kendrick Perkins? We shouldn't be blaming Jalen Brunson for jack shit, especially for Mikal Bridges. Now, for me, I'm kind of, and remember, we adopted Kendrick Perkins, right? Oh, man, the beautiful, the lovely, the extravagant, the sexy, the exquisite, the elegant. Miss 5-Star Chick is in the building. 5-Star Chick, what up, baby? Listen, fellas, the ladies is pulling up in the building. They talk they shit. They know they shit. Big shout out to the ladies. But let's get right to it. Knicks REHAB. I'm going to have to, and let me say this. We adopted Kendrick Perkins as a Knicks fan, as a Knicks brother, because the way he just show love to Brunson and the way he show love to the Knicks, and he pulls up at courtside sometimes. So I like Kendrick Perkins. Sometimes I don't agree with him. He drives me crazy, but hey, I drive everybody crazy. So who am I, right? But I kind of got to agree with Stephen A. Smith. I'm not saying it's 100% Jalen Brunson's fault. I'm not going that far, right? But Stephen A. Smith has a point. We all know on any team, on any organization, I would guess in any sport, and y'all can correct me if I'm wrong, the best player has insight on what goes on in the organization, especially trades and players that's either being moved or being brought in on the team, into the organization. The beautiful, the lovely, the extravagant, the sexy, the exquisite, the elegant. Sherelle Blue is in the building. Big shout out, Sherelle. Yes, I see you. Hey, girl, what's happening? Right? So I have to ask y'all, do we disagree with Stephen A. Smith, or do we agree with Kendrick Perkins? And like I said, for the new people that's getting in the building or just getting in the building, Kendrick Perkins totally disagrees with Stephen A. Smith. He totally disagrees. He told Stephen A. Smith on National Live TV, the hell what you saying? Ain't none of this Kendrick Jalen Brunson's fault. Stephen A. Smith told him, the hell with you? Yes, it is. So for me, I know some of y'all say y'all agree with Kendrick Perkins, y'all disagree with Stephen A. Smith, but we cannot, as Knicks fans, act like this isn't a thing. Y'all might be tired of hearing it. Y'all might be tired of seeing it and people talking about it, but we have to be honest. The New York Knicks is the hottest, I'm going to say the hottest sports team to talk about. It's not even close, right? Right now, we are the team that, if you talk about us, you go viral. So for me, I have to agree with Steven. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Poof. And he showed lovely, the extravagant, the sexy, the exquisite, the elegant. Mo is in the building. Hey, Mo, don't go fucking missing no more like that. You had me nervous. I feel some way when I look in that comment section. I don't see some of the people in there. But Fabian, all the ladies of AllBall TV is in the building. The greatest editor, the greatest moderator is in the building. He's going to make this video that much better, that much greater. Fabian, I was discussing, who should we side with? Who you think is right? Who you think is wrong? Is Kendrick Perkins right by telling Stephen A. Smith ain't nothing Jalen Brunson's fault? But do we side with Stephen A. Smith? With Stephen A. blaming all this on Jalen Brunson? I would love for you to play the video just to make this thing that much better. He's in the building. I feel that much better. Let me get my fan. Let me put my fan.
He's quite the charmer. Here we go. Kendrick Perkins. Back at it. ESPN. I guess he checked Stephen A. Smith, if you think so. Let's see what he says.
And the word blame should never be in the same sentence. And I'm very disappointed in USA for the simple fact that if you're going to blame Jalen Brunson for having one ask, and that was to go get Mikal Bridges, then shame on you. Because this is the same guy that took a pay cut in order to get this squad to where it needs to be legit title contenders. He didn't know that Mikal Bridges was going to come here and be this version of Mikal Bridges. Let's not act like we didn't see a version of Mikal Bridges that we fell in love with when he was with the Phoenix Suns. Now, I agree with you. He do need to up his level of play because he has been a disappointment this season. But when you think about their roster, they still check all the boxes. It's never about the roster. It's about, can Mike Brown max those guys out and they bring the level of intensity every single night. I don't have the New York Knicks as my favorite. That is the Boston Celtics. But I wouldn't be surprised if we look up in June and they're sitting there in the NBA Finals. I believe that Mikal Bridges is a guy that got experience that could hold himself accountable. I'm with you, though. He got to level up, especially playing in the Big Apple. But at the end of the day, we can't ever fix our mouth to blame Jalen Brunson for nothing.
Am I looking good? Am I sounding good?
Amazing.
Yeah, because this is going to be great. Oh, this is going to be great.
This is where we see the chats. We see the comments. We love our chat. The chat is better than the comments because we can't clap back at you. The people in the comments, it's hard to go back at you. I ain't sending you no videos. What you say, AllBall? More than 2 sentences? Not happening. I've done it before, and I played myself. I'm following the AllBall rules from now on. If I can't talk to you, mano y mano, ain't happening. Kendrick Perkins is out of his mind. He's still stuck in the standum that we were in a couple months ago. Can't say that, bro. You cannot say the words because everything else that he said is null and void. There's certain things when people start talking, what's the saying? Let them talk long enough, they tell on themselves. And for me, you can't blame Jalen Brunson for anything ever. He's the superstar of the Knicks, bro. We already started the train. We leading the ship. We driving, we at the wheel. All vehicles, all forms of transportation. Listen, it's New York City. All this talk, y'all are some fake Knicks fans. Y'all the reason why people don't want to come to New York. They don't come here. They don't come here. Because when we win, we put your name in the streets, literally. But I digress. I can't blame him for the Mikal Bridges trade, like I said yesterday, because he wanted his core four here, the Nova Knicks. Even if you say he fixed his contract up to get Mikal Bridges over here, that's cool. But he also fixed his contract to trade for Cat. That's the front office plan with James Dolan, who wanted to give him his superstar. They wanted to get Joel Embiid the year before. That was the rumor. I was disgusted with both trades. Let me say this, because I keep forgetting to mention this, because I'm going to repeat this over and over again. We as fans for that 2024 team were more hyped about what we found, and what we discovered was the recipe for the lineup with the Julius Randle and Jalen Brunson, who are known one-on-one players and were never known to be lead dogs for a championship in the NBA. And they found a recipe for it. It wasn't our fault that we couldn't keep Hartenstein. No. But you were supposed to find a replacement for that style of play. We don't have enough players that could set screens like we could back then. Dribble handoff like we could back then. We had 5 front court guys back then. If you include Josh Hart, the rebounders on that team. So I'm saying all that to say the recipe was there. Bro, the ingredients were right there. And Leon Rose and them were acting like, it's going back to the Donovan Mitchell thing. Bro, you don't have to get the superstar. That's not what winning is about. So I can't blame Brunson for wanting his Nova Knicks around when that was part of the 2024 team. And then you're adding more to that. But we can blame him for being the lead dog and not being able to figure out you got to change your game and adjust with Cat, because Cat can't adjust to you. He's never been an MVP. That's not who he is. So you have to pick it up and change your game to make this team different. And I think he's capable of doing that, because he just showed us that against Denver. So we have to be able to blame him. Bro, you were an MVP candidate 2 seasons ago. You could have been in that last season. I just think we can't get stuck in the standum, and we should be able to criticize Jalen Brunson without getting it confused. Just because I'm a fan of you doesn't mean that I can't see what you do bad on that court, AllBall.
Yeah, that's a great point, and I totally 100% agree with you. You know, I was telling the chat. Remember, we adopted Kendrick Perkins, right? You know, he shows love to the Knicks. He loves Jalen Brunson like us. He even pulled up to the game. So, you know, I got a special place in my heart for Kendrick, but sometimes he drives me crazy, and sometimes he could just be dead wrong. And him playing the game at a high level, being a champion, him being on that Celtics team alongside with a Garnett, a Paul Pierce, right, a Ray Allen, a Rondo, he knows damn well that in this sport, let's just stick with basketball. He doesn't play football, soccer, hockey, any of those sports. So let's stick to basketball, because we all know in all sports, the best player has to be held accountable, no matter what. No matter what. So for Kendrick Perkins to say that Brunson shouldn't take the blame for anything, we can't blame him for nothing. How do you fix your mouth to say that when you played at that level? We all know how this thing goes. If it ain't going correct, we know who we're blaming. If it's going beautifully, we know who we blaming. So, you know, for everyone to be afraid to criticize Jalen Brunson, it just goes to show you how insane sports is. And I call this is the love triangle between Mike Brown, Mikal Bridges, and Jalen Brunson. This is the Phil Jackson Chicago Bulls triangle.
Wait, not Josh Hart. It's Mikal.
Hey, well, you could either way, right? But this triangle between these three is getting worse. And you said something that I want to respond to, right? In chat, tell me how y'all feel about this. We continuously say, you know, Jalen Brunson did this for the organization, did that, right? You don't think the front office told Jalen Brunson, don't worry about it, we got you on the back end? Save this money. Make sure we get Bridges and your guys. We're going to do that for you, and we got you in the long run. We're going to make sure you get your 80. Let's not act like that talk allegedly didn't happen. You get what I'm saying? So we have to stop saying who did who a favor, who did this. No. There were favors all over this situation. All over this. Yo, Brunson, we need you to do this for us. We got you. Because I don't know who the hell is sending somebody $100 million for no apparent reason. Cut the jokes, right? But Kendrick Perkins is bugging. He is bugging. And I'm looking at the chat, and we are all in agreement. Jalen Brunson has to be held accountable. If you have a superstar on your team or the best player on your team, and he's void of being criticized, he's inherently responsible for bad basketball, for bad leadership, how are we expected to win? So, yeah, Fabian, I know people don't like Stephen A. or they dislike him and they just hate to agree with him. And as our brother Flea says, don't look at the messenger, look at the message. We could dislike Stephen A. all we want, but he's 100% correct. Now, I might not agree with him saying that it's 100% Jalen Brunson to blame that Mikal Bridges is putting up bricks. But Jalen Brunson gets some blame and some criticism because, bro, you're the best player on the team. And you have yet this season helped anybody get better. Whether it's confidence-wise, whether it's shooting-wise, whatever it is. You've done nothing this season to catapult anybody, including yourself, to the next level. And I told you, Fabian, last night, what blankets this is us being the third seed. That's what blankets this whole thing. That's where Jalen Brunson has that ace up the sleeve, right? That's why he could sit back and be quiet and ain't got to say nothing. Because he could say, what y'all talking about? We the third seed. Nah. When you watch the basketball games, when you watch the non-chemistry between him and just damn near everybody besides Josh Hart, no. So Kendrick Perkins, you're 100% wrong, bro. I rocks with you. You drive me crazy at times. I drive people crazy all the time, so I get it. But come on, bro. To say Brunson doesn't have any responsibility, doesn't have any accountability for what's going on, especially with Mikal Bridges, bro, this might be the worst trade in Knicks history when it's all said and done. Think about it. What we gave up for him and the production we're getting from him, and maybe why we can't trade or get certain players because of him, this might be the worst trade in Knicks history. And I know we've had some bad trades, but when we break it down and go, this is why we couldn't get this person, this is why we couldn't make this trade because of the picks, bro, we paid him.
But Stephen, it started off because Stephen A. Smith is totally blaming Jalen Brunson for getting Mikal Bridges. And I think that's where things go in different directions. Because it's like, I understand what you're saying. I understand perfectly what you're saying. But you cannot blame Jalen Brunson for making that trade. I also got to include.
Stay there. No. Stay there. Stay there, please. Do you agree? I said it earlier. Any moves that's being made in the organization, especially players-wise, right? Who's being traded, who you're trading for. Do you not think, because you and Flea said this, and I disagree with y'all, so don't contradict yourself like I always do. You telling me Jalen Brunson wasn't notified, or you don't think any of the best players of a team are brought in to let them know what's going on? Do you think the Knicks said, hey, Jalen Brunson, how do you feel about us trading for your guy, Mikal Bridges?
Of course.
Stay there. Now, do you think they let him know what they were going to give up for him? Because that's where all lies at. If they go, hey, Brunson, how do you feel about us getting your guy, Mikal Bridges? If Brunson goes, oh, man, that's beautiful, that's my guy, and they go, but we got to give up 5 first-rounders. To me, that right there is where, how do you feel if Jalen Brunson agreed to that still?
Right. That's where it goes, because anybody sitting there goes, I don't know, right? But with him, that's your man, so you might go, yeah, do what it takes, I'm telling you. Because he played at Villanova with him. He's seen him go to the finals. He's not an all-star, Mikal Bridges, right? he hasn't been a defensive player of the year winner. He hasn't been on any, I don't think he's been on any all defensive teams. So the same way you just said, that third seed, it covers us up for the year, and any mistakes that we make, that finishing, I think he finished in second place in defensive player of the year in that shortened season, or that season that they went to the finals. Mikal Bridges did. That covers up a lot for him. Because remember, OG Anunoby has defensive player of the year rankings and stuff like that. So him coming in, you can look at the background and go, oh wow, he was in the running for this. So it's there for him to say, for you to promote this guy, for you to have a like if you had a commercial for, hey, it's my guy Mikal Bridges, you're gonna mention that. So I would think Jalen Brunson, even if
with the building real quick.
Yeah, I'll highlight him. I was gonna say, baby, what's going on, man?
Listen, man, big shout out Shay Baby. He showed us love from the first minute. We was in contact, man. Pause, man. Big shout out. Got one of the dopest platforms. He talks about everything from just hip hop news to sports to all the nonsense with 50 Cent and just everything. But that's our brother right there. That's fan for life. Big shout out. Shay Baby TV is in the building. Big shout out, my brother. Sorry, Fabian.
No, shout out to Shay Baby. We got to stop all the presses for our guy. I'm trying to look for the comment where somebody said Mikal Bridges actually finished in first team all defense in 2022. So that was the same year that Giannis won a chip, right? So, and he went to the finals. So, that adds even more credence to it. If you're going to say, yeah, get my guy Mikal, he's done it at the professional level. So he should be able to add on to this. But remember, if you're Brunson, this is where I got to spin it back on y'all that don't understand what I'm saying. If you're Brunson, this is June 2025 or 2024. You're Brunson, you're saying, oh, yeah, you add Mikal, I got Josh here, I got Dante here. That's what he's also saying. He's not saying that without Dante. That's a different thing. If they would have told him, yo, we get Mikal, but we got to trade Dante, he might be like, nah. I can't see him saying yes to that, is my point. Especially when he's doing magazine covers with Donnie DiVincenzo. And they were trying to do commercials and all that. They were really trying to promote the Nova Knicks. And they hampered that. And that's, again, going back to my point, which I'm going to repeat 100 million times. The Leon Rose, the front office, they were not as excited about this Nova Knicks as we were, alongside Julius Randle. They were not as excited as we were about capturing the chemistry of what it takes for success. Forget about basketball. Let's talk about this. I'm on the screen with AllBall. You know, we could go at it right now and act like we're about to kill each other, and the next second just act like everything is peace and love because we trust each other. I trust him 100%, and I trust that he trusts me. So that's what it is with them Nova Knicks at that time. So I don't think that he would have said, I don't think Jalen Brunson agrees to the trade if he would have known it meant parting with Donte DiVincenzo, because I think that's part of the package deal. I think that's part of the whole Brunson wave. He wanted to bring that college spirit with his guys. So I think that's where Stephen A. Smith is wrong at for blaming Jalen Brunson.
I mean, that's a great point. But for me, it's still the question of, did Jalen Brunson know? Right? Was he aware? And it's up in the air whether we think he had a say-so or not, right? We all kind of say there might be players in the NBA that can have a say-so, a la LeBron James, right? We watch him move whole teams, right? We watch him tell Cleveland, I don't want to play with a young kid in Andrew Wiggins. And they packed him up and got Kevin Love, right? So
we watch him leave Miami because he couldn't do that over there. We watched him go to the Lakers and sipping wine with Russell Westbrook in his backyard to bring Russell Westbrook over there, and then the whole city turned on Westbrook. Right. And I don't mean to cut you off, but I don't want to get off that either. We be playing LeBron over that, being the player agent, player general manager. So that's where Brunson's going to start to get this smoke, where I can't really argue with that. Bro, You a general manager? Like, let it be known some way, somehow. Actually, I'm sorry, I take that back. This is what comes with the territory now. I'm only expressing myself on what I think is the truth, but this is what comes with the territory now, Jalen Brunson. That's your family that's in the office that's running these trades. So I understand that, but Stephen A. Smith should have called out Leon Rose and not Jalen Brunson, because that's what it is. You're calling out the name that'll know will help you go viral. If you call out Leon Rose, nobody will care. If you call out Jalen Brunson, it's going to be national news because you're a fake Knicks fan, and the only way to get clicks is to call out the biggest superstar on the team.
Big shout out, brother Flea is in the building. Flea, what up? And yes, I am the prettiest one of the squad. Listen, I ain't gonna say I'm the ugliest one. Yeah. Look at Flea hating from afar. For me, Fabian, this situation, pause, is deeper than what we're all thinking, right? This thing is a real mess, and it's we have to be careful, because for me, I wasn't excited for the Nova Knicks. Just have to be honest. Now, if all those guys were on the team, but you had maybe DiVincenzo and Hart coming off the bench, then okay. But for people to be excited to have the Nova Knicks, and then, we've heard people say bring in their college coach. So now we're going to have a college atmosphere in grown man's business. So that's my point. It's like, I don't know how people were excited for that. That goes to show you how much power Jalen Brunson was attempting to have, because that doesn't happen, or even that's not even a thought if Brunson isn't here. How many guys played alongside each other in college? You never heard none of them want to play with each other in the NBA. Now, if it just happens to happen, then fine. But no one ever thought of that. So for me, we as an organization, we have to be very careful with the decisions and the power that we hand over to Jalen Brunson, because he hasn't been in the league. And this is alleged because we don't know for sure. But he hasn't been in the league long enough. He hasn't won anything yet for us to be like, okay, who you want us to go get? You want us to go get your guys? Okay, cool. No, it's supposed to be, what do we need to win a championship? That's what it's supposed to be. And if Jalen Brunson thinks Josh Hart and Mikal Bridges is two pieces to hopefully move us towards winning a championship, I'm for that. But if those are two pieces to help us win, that's two totally different conversations. And we cannot ignore, when we got Mikal Bridges, we were excited because we seen what he was in Phoenix. We got bamboozled by what he did in Brooklyn. And we figured, okay, we got two wing defenders. Oh, we're going to be a problem. And he has yet to be a great defender on a consistent basis. Has he defended great in spots? Yes. But what he's been doing lately this season, especially the last 6 to 10 games, how can we explain that? How can anyone defend it? Especially if we think we're supposed to be the best team in the East.
So stay right there, because I got some stats for that. But before I forget, I think Jalen Brunson elevated to a superstar level. I don't think he gets to that point and fools you and I about being that caliber of performer on a night-to-night basis. All them players got injured, went to the playoffs, and he was still rocking out, right? He earned our trust. But the other side to that is, it's not just LeBron being the general manager. He has Rich Paul involved. Like, there's a team involved to put pressure on the Lakers and any organization he's a part of. So with that being said, I don't mind the superstar getting those calls. Magic Johnson getting his coach fired back in the day. These things happen. So I'm also okay with Bless One always killing the game, saying Stephen A. did good, putting Brunson on blast. He needs a reality check. That it ain't always sunshine and rainbows in New York. Exactly. Because remember, we were coming on here before saying, yo, Stephen A., you got 20,000 jobs. You're the guy that could echo things that really are going wrong, even if you are tuning into Knicks Rehab on AllBall TV and repeating what we say, which is the smart thing to do. You have to put pressure on Brunson. Even when he's dead wrong, somehow he's right, Stephen A. Because now there was no pressure on Brunson before. Now it's a little bit. Now the mainstream media is starting to do what we've been doing now. Hey, Brunson, we were talking championship. What happened since 2 seasons ago? Has all these decisions you guys made, is it true? Oh, boy. Back to Mikal Bridges.
Big shout out. I see you, the beautiful, the lovely, the extravagant, the sexy, the exquisite, the elegant. Gail Barry just pulled up in the building. Gail Barry, what up, baby?
Gail Barry, what's going on?
Hit that like button, y'all. Hit that like button.
Everyone's saying we're being too harsh on Mikal Bridges. And I get it. But this is New York. All you guys can go glaze these players. Go try to seek out an interview or autograph.
Hey Fabian, can I cut you off as I always do, real quick? Sure. I recall, please, and hold your point, and please don't forget it. I recall someone on Knicks Rehab saying they're going to talk about Mikal Bridges every day until he gets it together. And 2 of the 3 said, we ain't talking about no Mikal Bridges every day. But what a coincidence. Everyone's else been talking about Mikal Bridges every day. The biggest platforms. I mean, am I crazy?
No, you're not. You're not, but here's the deal with that.
No, hold on, stay there. Hold on. And then didn't that one person say Mikal Bridges should be leading some of these takes on these big networks?
Well, let me take a step back as someone pats themselves on the back.
I'm just saying it's sometimes Knicks Rehab, we that good. Cause it just can't keep being a coincidence. And I'm not conceited like that. I'm not, but it's just weird that nobody has been on this Mikal Bridges get his ass the fuck up out of here like Knicks Rehab. And then now I've been seeing for 2-3 days straight. This is 2 days in a row. First Take led with talking about Mikal Bridges. I'm just saying.
This is when the uptown slickster makes an appearance, huh? Because you're absolutely right. Mikal Bridges is leading the major media platforms, sure, but he's the co-headliner. He's the co-star of that. They're pocketing Bridges by headlining the Brunson blame. So that's how you slickly do that in the media. Those are those media tricks, the tricknology, as we've been taught since children, that are pulled through the media games. But back to Mikal Bridges. We were talking about his defense and how lackluster it is. But this guy on Twitter, Jack Walker, did an amazing job breaking down analytically about Mikal Bridges' defense. He said, wanted to get quick thoughts out on Mikal Bridges' last 10 to 15 game slump. I don't think Knicks fans truly understand his quiet impact overall, despite the percentages being down, and it feels like a career referendum after every few games. Quick look at his defense under Brown. All defensive activity stats are up from 2025, partially because he's returned to the off-ball helper gapper role. Less time chasing speedy guards at the point of attack. Cleaning the glass helps Cat and Mitch. But Knicks' last 60 days are #1 in defensive rating because of him. Plus, of course, OG. So he lifts a bunch of stats here: deflections, blocks, defensive rebounds, field goal percentage difference. I don't know what DTS is. You got stops, steals, points saved. I don't know where he ranks, but apparently these analytic stats are all up under Mike Brown compared to Tom Thibodeau. He also says per 75 possessions, Mikal's counting stats are generally the same as 2025, points slightly down, but playing 3 less minutes per game. What's noticeable is the mid-range percentages dropping off. This is where the problem lies. As to me, it's the only real tangible difference in his production this season. So he had, this is a good explanation. Under Mike Brown compared to Tibbs, Mikal's usage includes less creation types, ISOs, pick and roll posts, and more spacing types, spot up, handoff, off screen, which could suggest the fewer primary reps are causing some rhythm issues, and maybe that explains lower mid-range percentages. Then he goes and posts some clips on Mikal Bridges' game. So what I got from that is he's going to be helping off ball, and he's getting off the point of attack. And then on the offensive end, he's getting the ball less in these positions to go one-on-one and to really go get the ball more, similar to what we're saying about Cat, to get him the ball where he can actually perform these one-on-one moves all ball. I mean, hopefully I explained it correctly, but what are your thoughts on that?
It's a whole bunch of horse shit. Miss me with all that. Listen, I'm the guy that'll straight up tell y'all, I'm not with none of that shit. Charles Barkley been saying it for years. That analytic shit, yeah, I understand, but I don't give a fuck about none of that. All that's horse shit. We watch the games. Mikal Bridges lately ain't been doing shit on both ends of the floor. Stop it. We watch him get his ass bust on defense, and we watch him be horrific on offense. So miss me with those stats look good because it's combined with probably early in the season when he wasn't this bad. But miss me with that. It's bullshit. It's bullshit. We watch the games together. All of us. We see the games. We all see the same thing. We all react to the same thing. On offense, he's horrific. On defense, he's not locking nobody up. We still get beat by perimeter players all day, every day. Him, Josh Hart, is horrific on defense. Now, is he better than Josh Hart on defense? Yes. But let's stop lying to ourselves. You said that before, and to me, that was probably one of the dopest things ever. Because as Knicks fans, we've been doing that to ourselves since we've been Knicks fans. We have to stop lying to ourselves. The analytic shit, sometimes it tries to cover up the bullshit. He is playing bad. What starting shooting guard you know in the NBA gets paid $155 million, was traded for 5 first-round draft picks, and they can't play in the fourth quarter against bad teams? Mikal Bridges couldn't get in the game against the Golden State Warriors' fourth-string players. Where's the analytics for that? So miss me with that. I understand that's part of the game now. That's part of the world now. I'm not caught up to that yet. That I don't care about that at this point. Mikal Bridges is a bad basketball player. I've been saying it. Everybody used to roast me for it. At this point, my opinion, I'm just being honest. He's not a starter. Is he an NBA player? Okay, I give you that. But I don't even know if he's probably should be the best 6-man coming off the bench. He might be a 7th, 8th guy until he gets his confidence together and until he plays better basketball. But miss me with Mikal Bridges doing anything good at this point. He's not. I'm sorry. If he makes one good defensive play a night, you telling me he's a great defender? Stop it. We be getting cooked by every guard in the NBA. We watched Podziemski cook us. Where was Mikal Bridges on that defense? Stop it, man. So for me, that's somebody trying to play that game. Remember, I told you, man, people want to be friends. People want to be nice. I don't want to be nice. I don't want to be friends unless I can be myself. I don't mind taking criticism. I'm wrong all the time. Motherfucker tell me all day. Even in chat, oh boy, you bugging. If I'm wrong, I got to respect that. Right now, the criticism Mikal Bridges is getting, you can't defend it. And he should be taking it in, pause, and figuring out a way to turn this thing around. So for me, that was a bunch of horse shit, man. And people need to stop doing that because it makes the situation worse. Because now, as my brother Fabian says, all we doing is lying to ourselves. And that's all we doing. And when you lie to yourself, you know who gets hurt the worst? Yourself. How long are we going to keep watching the games and defending Mikal Bridges like that? It's insane, bro. Stop it. Stop it.
Great point by Mo. She said Podemski cooked Landry. Great point. And another great point, Hopetown. I love that you said this. Jordan Clarkson has been playing better than Mikal Bridges. And
Good point.
let's not forget, he proved that he's still maybe 6-man caliber at least by coming out and being a professional, not being uncoachable. I know double negatives, but you understand me. The fact that he came out and was still doing what he does. He came out and he's the guy that was defending all the. He single-handedly kind of turned around that Golden State debacle. That was almost an embarrassment. He came off the bench. I remember he missed time. They took him out of the rotation.
Yes.
Went back to his game. He was making some points, which is the critical part about that. He's an offensive player stepping up defensively, and the point is he's playing with this hunger that we wish Mikal Bridges started playing with. Because there's no way any of us would say Jordan Clarkson is as talented as Mikal Bridges in terms of advertisement. We can't say that. So that's why we're clamoring for Mikal Bridges being benched at this point, because you didn't just bench Jordan Clarkson. The demotion from being on the bench is out of the rotation, which he was. And now he came back at a fever pitch, it seems like. Hungry is what we want. But going back to what was his name, Jack Walker's tweets, I like that people present the other sides of the argument. I'm perfectly fine with that because you need that. Even if he's lying, great job, because all you did is prove us correct. All you did was prove that he moved off ball and he got better numbers, so he's not a point of attack guy. You're telling me that this season he's playing better defense than last year. Okay, no problem. Word? So then he's not Wingstop. You ain't stopping nothing if you got to play off the help, play in the gaps and all that. That's part of what makes you great. A great all defensive first team caliber dude, you're going one-on-one with most perimeter guys, if not almost all of them. You're guarding up. Guard your yard, as our guy says. And he's not doing that. And on top of that, you scoring 6.5 points in the last 6 games. Bro, that's a double negative. So that means if we're not playing great team defense, you can't even help out to put the cherry on top of that. So we might close out defensively. And on the other end, the real closeout to the defense is when you score. Because you know if we close this possession, if whether they shot a 3 or a 2, it's a 5 to 6 point swing. You're ruining the momentum of the team by not performing as advertised. So you're making it worse. You're making the situation about this trade, and he talks about this trade even worse by thinking that you're saying that this guy is a better defender than last year. And yeah, we're top 5 caliber defense according again to these analytics. But we see it over and over again. We can't stop anybody from penetrating to the basket. And I don't even care what era you're in. If you can't stop nobody from going to the basket and you don't got Mitchell Robinson there, how are you going to stop scoring? How are you going to stop the bleeding? Like you said, old ball, these guys found the right one. Call us a bunch of haters. Call us the bad apple in the Knicks fan bandwagon. We don't care. We're bold. We're honest. And we do our due diligence. We ain't playing no games. Mikal Bridges, sit your ass down, bro. Do yourself a favor. You're the one that called out the coach last year and said we're playing too many minutes. Call yourself out and say, you know what? I might need to play less minutes and come off that damn seat over there right next to Mike Brown.
Let me explain to y'all, because I still see people attempting to defend Mikal Bridges. Why, I don't know. Let me explain to y'all how bad this Mikal Bridges situation is. And please, chat, Fabian, stop me if you think I'm bugging or lying. We all know the first 2 options is Brunson and Cat, or Cat and Brunson. However you like it, right? But we all know the first 2 options. It's not even up for discussion or up for argument. Mikal Bridges was brought over here to be a 3rd option. OG wasn't meant to be an offensive threat. OG was here to be our best defender. Josh Hart wasn't brought here to be an offensive threat. How does OG and Josh Hart have to become offensive threats over Mikal Bridges? I'm going to say that again because some of y'all don't understand that. Mikal Bridges was brought over here to be a vital piece to us winning the championship. He was brought over here for his defense for sure, but also for his offense, being that top shooting guard that we desperately needed. OG was not brought here to average 20. My brothers thought I was crazy when I said OG need to average at least 17 because of that contract. But OG wasn't brought here to put the ball in his hands. He wasn't brought here to be Mikal Bridges offensively. Mikal Bridges has been so bad offensively that Josh Hart took it amongst himself to go, fuck that. Since we ain't getting nothing from you, I'm going to do it. How do y'all defend that? You're brought over here to be a third option and you turn out to be a fifth, sixth option and we still attempt to defend? Please, Fabian, tell me where I'm bugging at.
Bugging. I like this comment right here. Read it out loud real quick, old ball.
Check mid-Cal plus minus last 10 games. He is doing good even with his struggles.
We just told y'all we ain't scared of your little analytics, your numbers.
I see them in the comments all the time.
This is his the last 10 games. You see it here. Oh, it's 9 games. Excuse me. Let me up it up one more just in case. Last 10 games, he has a plus minus of 2.7. Right? 2.7. Our guy, what's his name? Our guy Paul must have been practicing in sarcasm. Because boy, oh boy, last 10 games is plus minus. Start with the last game. -2, +11, -13, -17, -4, +12, -6, +11, +21, +14. He got a couple of positives in there, right? But if you take away that +21 against the Spurs, which he did well in because he scored 25 points, by the way. You forgot to mention that, Paul. He scored 25 points to get the +21. You forgot to mention this. Bro. The even the analytics is telling you he has to play better basketball. And then on top of that, I love what you said, Mo. I think Mo was saying it. He's not playing as bad in your opinion. All right, cool. And what we're saying is, bro, we're winning games. We're somehow winning games. Yeah, we're not happy about it. We're somehow winning games. And we feel like you stinking it up. So what happens if you start playing good? What happens? What do you think will happen if Mikal Bridges starts playing at least 25 to 40% better, start shooting a little bit better, gaining some confidence? What happens? You think we're not going to go root for this dude? By the way, again, I must mention, I don't remember anybody else giving him the props we did earlier this year when we said he's the most consistent Knick. Brunson, you stinking it up. Deuce McBride, you starting to step it up. You're not on his caliber. Josh Hart coming off the injury, his fingers broken again. Cat stinking it up. The only guy we were praising back then was Mikal Bridges. OG was still on his clumsy, bumsy game. Bottom line is, if Mikal Bridges, the starting guard, the starting shooting guard
for the New York Knicks,
shooting guard for the professional basketball team in the New York area called the Knicks, if he starts shooting better with the numbers that you showed defensively, I'll give you that. It's not as bad as everybody making out to be. Cool. But that plus minus goes up, and all of a sudden, we don't feel as bad about our games. All of a sudden, everything starts opening up. And maybe you need to make more of a demand for what you want on the offensive end, because it sounds like you want to play on offense more like last season, just like Cat, which goes back to Mike Brown, AllBall, and I don't want to go there. Which, by the way, can I give Mike Brown some props? Some props?
He deserves some.
We're saying Mikal Bridges suck. And at the same time, Mike Brown is saying, I think so too. I'm gonna give him less minutes than Shaman. He's it's what you said yesterday. You can't just bench him because then the front office looks crazy. So Mike Brown is doing his version of a benching. You know what? Your ass ain't playing the second quarter. You know what? Your ass ain't playing another fourth quarter. I gotta give him props for at least doing that. The what they call that? The Chinese drops, the torture move. Because how else can you communicate to a player when this guy's a little bit? Remember, he's uncoached. He's been uncoachable for two coaches now. How else is Mike Brown supposed to deliver these messages? I think I got to give Mike Brown props for that, because we know he's not a great speaker, but maybe this is his way of speaking to the players. AllBall.
I'm gonna say this for those plus minuses, right? Because some people hang their hats too heavy on that stuff. And I understand, like I said, that it's part of the game and it does matter. But if Mikal Bridges was playing great defense, he probably would be allowed to stay in the game, right? Don't you want great defenders down the stretch? If it's a close ball game and Mikal Bridges is at least throughout the game making his defensive assignments and playing great defense, no matter how bad he is offensively, what would we be up here saying? We wouldn't even care, because we would be like, he locked so-and-so down. He got the big block. Yo, you see what he did to so-and-so during the whole game? Why are we allowing our eyes to lie to us? He's so bad that Mike Brown is not putting him in the game down the stretch. We watch Mike Brown sometimes do offense, defense, right? Okay, we on defense, Cat Brunson. Y'all got to get out the game. Why isn't Bridges getting back in the game?
How didn't Bridges replace Jalen Brunson for the last possession in the last game against Golden State? He kept Brunson in the game for the last possession and Bridges on the bench.
So once again, I'm gonna repeat. I don't understand how we could defend Mikal Bridges. I just don't. And it's different if you're on a 1, 2, 3 game slump. This has been a while now. This has been a while. And we're really winning basketball games without our starting shooting guard, who we paid $155 million and gave up 5 first-rounders to, who we expected to play high-level basketball on both ends of the floor night in and night out. He's called Iron Man. He's a starting shooting guard for the Knicks, not for the Wizards, not for Sacramento, for the Knicks. See?
Reginald, I seen you in the comments and I see you in the chat. So I thank you, because we like the pushback. We don't want to sit here and be an echo chamber, because number one, we're not. We go at it more than y'all do. And number two, sometimes ninjas not going to finish every night. Huh? Can you name your starting defensive 2 guards around the league that don't finish the games every night, who's supposed to be scorers too? Like, it's a defensive possession. We're up. You're trying to close out.
Thank you.
Yo, Reg.
That's what I'm saying.
Yo, Reg.
Bro, listen. And that's the point I'm making. And one thing I love about the chat, they give pushback. They don't give a fuck who we are, who we think we are. If they think we're wrong, they're going to speak their truth. That's why we love y'all. Because we don't want nobody up here agree. No, we ain't them type of guys. We don't mind debating, arguing until we get this thing right. But Reg, come on, bro. Come on, bro. If we see in analytics saying that Mikal Bridges isn't playing as bad as he is, why isn't he in the games down the stretch on the defensive end? That means the coach is seeing something like we're seeing. Bro, he's not a good basketball player at this point. And for him to be our starting shooting guard, if y'all think that's not a big reason why we won't win a championship, I don't know what to tell y'all. Come on, King Speech. Like, come on. Like,
Hold on. Yo, old boy, check this out. You know what, King Speech? Me too. You know, Mikal Bridges is gonna be the freshest, as fresh as can be by playoff time. When he's resting on that damn bench, bring him off that bench, and he'll get all the rest he wants to come playoff time, brother. Mr. Iron Man, let him get replenished sitting right next to Mike Brown.
Fabian, I'm just trying to fathom. Like, I love the chat. What's going on? You just want us to be fresh. Why wouldn't we be fresh? What are you talking about? Ain't nobody playing 45 plus minutes. What are we talking about?
Another nod to Mike Brown. He brought y'all minutes down. And you scoring less. He's scoring the worst. I think Mikal Bridges is scoring the worst points per game of his career this season. What, since his rookie year, maybe? Since his fourth year in the league, the year he went to the championship with Phoenix. So it's been like 6 years or whatever it is that he's scoring this low 14 points per game. But Mo, I hear you, Mo. You defending Mikal Bridges like you defended Cat. Okay, cool. But your defense of Cat and our offense on Cat together, the powers that be, the mega powers together, is what made Cat's ass play defense, Mo. Stop the presses.
Oh, beautiful, the lovely, the extravagant, the sexy, the exquisite, the elegant, the OGs of the OG. Tory B is in the building. Tory B, what up, baby?
Jeremy's house is going on. Tory B, what's going on? Excuse me. I should have said that first. I'm sorry. I apologize. I was slipping on ball. Let's get to these super chats. McTube University, thank you for your $2. Norman Powell and John Starks talking that New York Knicks talk. Wait, John Starks never had braids. McTube, what's going on, man? King Speech, thank you for your $2. Here we go. F them pigs. Heard of Eddie Curry? Yeah, man. Yo, that's what I was saying, old ball. Antonio McDice.
I forget all of that stuff. Y'all can sit there and remember that all y'all want. I'm never remembering that. I'm just not.
We have to because, dog.
I'm not.
Dog.
Why would I want to beat myself down even more? Why?
Because you said Mikal Bridges is the worst trade in Knicks history, maybe in NBA history, and it can't be. It can't be.
Okay, not a problem. We could debate that one day. Cool, but I'm telling y'all, I am not remembering none of that debacle. Y'all, I leave that up to y'all. I'm already beat down. I'm not gonna beat myself down even more. Sorry. No, I'm not doing it.
Brooklyn point guard, thank you for your $5. Why the blame can't just be on Bridges? He is stanking it up right now. That's not on Brunson. That's all Bridges. 100%. 100%. But I think when they bring up Brunson, it's because of all the love that he got, and he's still not really getting any blame. If he's not feeling it all, ball, and it won't happen unless they lose in the playoffs, in my opinion.
I mean, Brooklyn PG, that's a great point. Maybe, we all get caught up in, trying to find someone to blame. Brunson is the bigger name, right? But in all actuality, he has a point. Why not just solely blame this on Bridges? I understand.
It won't get the clicks, man. We try to tell old boy he ain't no star, man.
No. But for me, it ain't even about the clicks. I just think that when your best friend is the point guard and the best player on the team, I think it's up to him and the coach to help, a player find their rhythm, find their confidence. And I don't see Mike Brown or Jalen Brunson doing that. So that's why I think at times they do get some of the blame. It could be however little you want it to be, but you can't just solely not blame them for nothing. Sorry.
McTube University, thank you for your $2 again. Happy Heavenly Born Day to the guard, Sean Price. Oh, God bless. Brownsville's finest. Yo, Sean Price is a dude, right? I never heard an album. I don't even think I heard 5 songs from him, but I heard enough like freestyles and features where like someone like AllBall, he'll be like, man, whatever, right? With Sean Price. He's kind of like Like to me, AllBall, the nicest dude from what's Big L's crew, DTIC, digging in the DITC, digging in the crates.
Oh yeah. Show business.
The nicest son, the nicest dude to me was Lord Finesse. He was too slick, and Sean Price was a dude. I'm like, yo, he's like the Patrice O'Neal of rappers, where it's like, how is he still underground? He's super nice, funny. He had the whole package to me, but he's just like, It always felt like he was like on some low shit.
Nah, niggas don't want to play that game. That's what that be about. Some guys ain't playing that game. You know, he definitely was nice, RIP, but that's what it be. It's a certain game you got to play to get to a certain level. Some guys is going, nah, I'm straight on that. And we kind of all can figure out what game that is. Because how many guys that was super nice that never made it to superstardom, and then you see other guys that you know damn well should not be where they at. So I think that played a part as well.
That's a good point, because that fits right into the Patrice O'Neal thing. RP, thank you for your $2. Check my new AllBall TV. Shout out to the ladies. I was trying to look for it, RP. Oh, you know what? Is it here? Is it there? Is it everywhere? Oh. My computer slow? RP, I'm gonna let it load up and I'm gonna get to it. King Speech, thank you for your $2. Y'all panicking, but we 19-6 since MLK Day. Facts. I love this. I love when they do this shit, AllBall. When you say panicking, right? Because you know AllBall is the self-proclaimed panicker. I didn't have championship expectations. The problem is that everybody has put the Knicks into the championship mode. Oh, yeah? So if that's what we're judging them by, I'm judging every game for a championship team. And I haven't seen championship style play basketball, ball. That's all I'm saying when we saying panicking. We beating down these Western Spurs, Denver. We were playing tough against OKC. Guess what, King Speech? They're all on the West Coast. We can't play them until we beat the East Coast teams who we're struggling with, including the Indiana Pacers.
Fabian, what I told you, being the third seed blankets all the BS. That's the problem. Everybody's just looking at that third seed. They not looking at nothing else. Big shout out King Speech, but come on, bro. We beating bad teams and we barely beating them. I don't know how we could beat the Golden State Warriors how we did and be confident and not panic. I don't understand. I really don't. Sorry.
Oh, man. Let me get this super chat out. Bless one. Thank you for your $2. Why can't one or more players take blame? Kind of speaks to the quarterback mentality. And, you know, imagine this. What if Mike would have lost to the Utah Jazz? Even with Scotty with a bad back and Rodman being a lunatic. Because he over there playing, you know, in WCW wrestling Karl Malone during the NBA championship. Imagine if he loses that finals. We're not blaming him. No, you Mike, you the superhero. He's taking a hit on that. And he's the greatest. Why you think LeBron gets the smoke? He lost in moments where we were like, you kind of had the deck stacked, bro. What happened? I thought you didn't have your players in Cleveland. You got them now. What happened in Dallas? How could you? D-Wade ain't take as much smoke as LeBron. I don't even hear about him getting blamed for that Dallas shit.
Not one bit. Not one bit.
Top dog.
Great point. Not one bit. Nobody blames Scotty. No, listen, you never hear none of that. None of that. You don't hear nobody blaming Magic and Kareem. Sorry. Hey, blessed one, listen, you know that's how the cookie crumble, bro. Listen, we can all day blame Cad and OG and Bridges and Hart, but we all know when it's all set and done, it's going to circle right around the Brunson.
Me too. University said Jordan would have smacked Steve Kerr again if they lost.
Tell you something, Mike was so great. Guys like him, Kobe, they wasn't going to allow it. Some guys are not going to allow you to beat them. You may beat them once, twice, maybe 3 times. You ain't beaten them 4 times out of 7. Mike ain't never been to a game 7 in the finals. That's the difference, bro. Remember, there's video. Mike going, yo, man, we ain't got to pack no bags. We ain't going back. This is it. Where's that mentality at? Where's that dog at? Bro, we ain't losing tonight. We ain't losing tonight.
LB, calm down. Chris Bosh don't get any smoke either. Stop lying. It's here, AllBall. It's here. The tribute. The Australian tribute from down under.
Hell yeah, we blame Patrick Ewing for no chips. Nah,
wait, this ain't it.
Nah, that ain't it.
Whoa. Beautiful, lovely, the extravagant, the sexy. Tory V is in the building. Listen, I'm not gonna lie, Tory V, when I see you and Darlene V pop up on the screen, my whole vibe is different. Big shout out to Tory V in the building. Beautiful, lovely, come on, man. Beautiful, lovely, extravagant, sexy, swift, and elegant. Another one of the ladies of AllBall TVs in the building, Wonder Woman. Wonder Woman, what up, baby? Oh man, the beautiful, the lovely, the extravagant, the sexy, the swift, the elegant. This 5-star chick is in the building. 5-star chick, what up, baby?
AllBall TV.
They scared. Yo!
Why are y'all allowing him to do this to me? This is bullying. No, I'm reporting everybody. Why are y'all allowing him to do this to me?
Yeah. Mo said, what is happening?
Hey, Mo, you see what they doing to me, Mo? I need you to have my back. This should not be allowed. This should not be allowed for them to treat me like this. But you know what? That's what makes me feel that much better. Come on, man. That's right.
Look. Yo, shout out to RP. You see it there, RP. You getting some job. Yo, you got a job, bro. You got a job, bro.
He said I was mid-text, like, wait, what? Yo, come on, man. Let me just real quick. Let me just say this. Big shout out RP. We appreciate the love and just your editing work. But reason why I show the ladies love, I love the ladies now. But in all seriousness, a lot of platforms, you know, it's a lot of fellas in the building, right? It's very rare that you get a plethora of ladies in the building that actually know the game and love the game. They like the ladies of AllBall TV, Fabian, they're not just in here to be in here, right? They argue with us, they disagree with us, they give us pushback, and they know what they're talking about. And I know for a fact, when you go around all these platforms, podcasts, whatever YouTube shows everyone has, no one, I'm pretty sure, is not shouting out ladies like that. So I just take it upon myself to be like, yo, man, you got to show them props, because at the end of the day, they love the game like us. And we know for a fact the fellas is getting all the love. You get what I'm saying? So, you know, us at Knicks REHAB AllBall TV, we always going to take it upon ourselves to show the ladies some love, because listen, they fight and love the game of basketball just like us. So I don't never want the fellas to think I ain't got no love for them. But fellas, you know damn well it's 1,000 of us in here, and it may be only 15 ladies in the building. Bro, we got to show them some love. So come on, man. That's why I do that. But big shout out to the ladies. Big shout out to the whole chat. Y'all know how I feel about y'all. Like I always tell you, if I could shout y'all out individually, I would. But just all love over here, y'all.
Of course, shout out to AllBall for making sure that the balance, that order is restored. We don't want no damn sausage party. Please tell a friend to tell a friend, especially the ladies.
Come on, Fabian. You get what I'm saying? You see that, like, and that's what we want, bro. That's what we want. The fellas don't disrespect them, right? They show love to them. They go back and forth. It never gets out of control. But the blessed one, look what he say. I see what the ladies in this chat offer in terms of their basketball knowledge. They are top tier. Bro, not only blessed one do they have basketball knowledge, they don't take no shit. They not sitting up here on Knicks Rehab agreeing with us. No. You look at them comments, they'll tell us. Man, you niggas is crazy. Fuck is y'all talking about? So
Mo was just telling us.
Right, listen, Mo, Tory B, couple of them, listen. Any chance they get, they gonna let us know. So listen, man, it does add a balance, but like I said, I'm just the type that I know for a fact the ladies don't get the love they supposed to get in this sports media, especially, you know, when they know what they talking about and they here for the right reasons, right? They here to talk Knicks, Fabian. They ain't here to bullshit around and pussyfoot around. So you got to show them love, man. So, yes. Told you I look at Mo.
When I stare at the wall in the back of my mind, I hear my conscience call.
I haven't heard that beat in so long, and when you hear it, how legendary is that beat? You can play that at a wedding, at a funeral, just the beat. Dun, 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 dun. Damn. Big shout out RP, man, but big shout out to chat. Best chat in the building.
Definitely. You see blessed one. They can be sassy at times, but so are some of the guys. Yo, you know one thing I learned? A bunch of stereotypes that women get that men are. That, like, a lot of things we learn as kids, we like, yo, man, dude's the biggest bochincheros on planet Earth.
Listen, they
and definitely sassy.
Hold on. Let me explain something to you. I'm from the old school, right? It be the fellas that be telling on you more than the ladies. It be the females coming up to you going, yo, you know your man dimed you out, right?
Yeah.
Listen, that's how. Listen, I be dolo, man. Been through it all.
In the back of my mind, I hear my conscience call. Mo said we add logic. Y'all emotional. Touche. Touche.
Right. I ain't gonna lie. On Knicks Rehab, the ladies at AllBall TV, they ain't got an emotional bone in their body. They'll sit up there and cry.
Yeah, y'all are ruthless. God. Yeah.
Cold-blooded.
He said 50 Cent told on everybody.
Look.
Mr. Tough Guy.
Fabian, we live tonight?
We are. I thought you want to get into the Kevin Durant thing. Okay.
Let's go. We can briefly get into that, but just to let the chat know, get your popcorn ready. Get yourselves ready tonight, 7:30. We in the building.
Reg, why you starting some shit, Reg? Nas' verse on Life's a Bitch is one of the hardest verses in hip-hop history. What you think?
Hold on. Hey, Reg, because we can have that discussion another day. May I say AZ verse is better than Nas' verse?
Yeah. AZ, yo. Whew.
You want me to go there?
Visualizing fuck with the baddest, a bird status depend on salary. What?
AZ might be better. You know what?
Nah. All right. Let's relax. Calm down.
Love Nas.
Let me tell you something.
My
favorite Nas song, which is I don't think that's the hardest, is I made it like that. I brought it like no. Yeah, that one. You whack MC.
To keep it Caesar. Yeah. Listen. Nas
I never brag how real I keep it because it's the best secret. What?
Yeah,
he tears that whole beat up. That's my favorite top tier Nas song ever.
Taken in Blood.
Yes, Tori.
Like I'm gonna just say something to hurt y'all feelings, and y'all don't have to agree with me. I'm pretty sure y'all won't. There's a reason Nas and AZ never did an album together. There's a reason Nas and AZ did not do an album together, and now that they're 50 plus, they're talking about doing it. But in their primes, There is a reason that Nas and AZ didn't do an album together. You read between the lines. Argue with yourself.
I ain't going there.
Okay.
Nas is too.
I'm not saying he wasn't.
Now I'm with you, but the chemistry, they got one, they are top 10 1-2 punch all time. You know, to me,
I give
top tier, nobody's on their level. No disrespect. Jada and Styles are the best 1-2 combo ever, all time. All time. Raekwon and Ghostface, they up there.
Snoop Dogg and Dr. Dre is number one in my book. Sorry. Then I may go Jada and Styles P. Snoop Dogg and Dr. Dre is the best 1-2 punch in hip hop history. I'm sorry. I'm not arguing. 187 G. I'm not arguing with nobody. Sorry. Then I'm gonna go Jada Styles. Then you could go, Ghostface, Raekwon, and then after that, But we're talking 1-2 punches. We're not talking groups, because I don't want to hear Run DMC. No. Because Run DMC to me is the greatest group of all time. But I'm saying if we talking 1-2 punch, yes, Knicks Nation, Red and Meth. Yes, Red and Meth. Yes. Hey, Thrill 'em. I understand Dr. Dre ain't write his own raps. I don't care about that. At this point, I don't know who write. Yeah, I don't know who write their own raps. I ain't talking about that. 1-2 punch, Dr. Dre is Snoop is insane. Insane.
Flea Sport. Are you related to Flea?
Biggie and
we missed out.
Yeah.
The commission would have. Cam was the secret weapon. Like, we missed out. The commission would have been insane.
But Nas and AZ gives everybody a run for their money.
Clips is up there, Mel saying, but that's what I'm saying.
That's a group.
It is, but every group doesn't have to be Havoc and Prodigy a group, and it's not necessarily up there.
Right, they're not.
Like, yeah.
But I'm talking 1-2 punches. So what I mean by Dre and Snoop was in the group. AZ and Nas wasn't a group. Remember, if we're talking groups, that's different.
Okay.
I'm not talking.
So you better have chemistry in the group.
Because remember, Red and Method Man wasn't in Wu-Tang, but him and Red had that chemistry that 1-2 punch was crazy. It just so happened. Remember, the Locks is a group. Jada and Styles isn't a group. Them two is just together, just insane. Nas and AZ definitely will give you a run for your money. That's a great list. The top 10 1-2 punches in hip hop history. Hold on, I'm bugging. You know who number one?
Who?
Slick Rick and Dougie Fresh, nigga. What the fuck is y'all talking about? What we talking about up here? Arguably one of the greatest songs in all time. Well, they started out on 8th Avenue when I made up the name called a Kid Fresh. What? Are you kidding me? What? Don't play with me. Yeah, I'm old school to the core.
Jay-Z and Beans, I was gonna mention that. But once you go Dougie Fresh and Slick Rick, that's a
Bro. When you go Doug, Slick, Dre, but think of those names. Like think of the iconic names. Hold on.
Yeah.
Hov and Kanye. The fuck is we talking about? Don't even play yourself. Do not play yourself.
That's not Jay and Beans level. It's not on Jay and Beans level.
Niggas, you out your mind?
Nah.
Watch the Throne? I'm not arguing with y'all. Listen, man, y'all bugging. Listen, top 5.
Watch the Throne was dope.
Watch the Throne was, listen, Jay and Kanye is a better duo than Jay and Beans, and I love Beans. That ain't no knock to Beans.
Nah.
But let's be realistic. Jay and Beans ain't do nothing legendary like Jay and Kanye, bro. Are you kidding me?
No, because you talking about production and better songs and everything. The chemistry between Jay-Z and Beanie Siegel was like the verses they would spit were too crazy.
Bro, the chemistry between Jay and Kanye, bro, and Otis, are you kidding me? They did a whole album together. That was insane.
Yeah. But for me, I got Jay. They never, if they got an album together, if Jay-Z and Beanie Siegel at that time got an album together, Kanye produces, Just Blaze. I'm just saying that in that era.
I get it, but Listen.
They just started some shit.
Wow. How could we forget Doug E, the originators?
Is that true, Tory B? Russell Simmons killed Slick Rick and Dougie Fresh he said, nope, y'all won't be out trying to run DMC. I never heard that story.
But you know what? No, because Tory B is an OG, right? And she admitted to it, so we both OGs. I never heard that, but no, I don't sense Tory B lying about anything. And I'm gonna tell you why I kind of agree with that. Gotta remember who was in Run DMC, Russell Simmons' brother. So listen, Russell Simmons, I definitely could see him going, ho. Let's slow this thing back. Because my brother's in Run DMC. Listen, Fabian, if I own a label and my brother's on a label, I'm doing anything in my power to make sure they. So Tory B, thank you for that. I can agree with that. I can agree with that.
Yo, LB, that Jewels and Wayne thing to me, I never cared for. And that's when Wayne earned my respect. Jewels was nice. What Jewels did to Wayne on his own album was crazy. On that Carter album was crazy. But I heard the over the Black Republican beat. I'm just like, I never want to listen to this shit again. That's me.
It was cool. Yes, I know Run DMC was never on Def Jam. I'm not saying that. You're right. That was my fault. But for me,
I didn't even know that. I just assumed they were.
I don't think they was. But maybe, because Slick Rick was on Def Jam. So, like I said, it's weird that, you get some duos that make great music and they don't do it as much as they should. Like, how haven't we gotten a Styles P Jada Kiss album, right? How we didn't get a Slick Rick Dougie Fresh album? How we didn't get a Nas AZ album? As you say, a Jay-Z Beanie Siegel album. How did we not get those albums?
That's for the fans. That's for the love.
Raekwon, that Purple Tape, that wasn't only his album. And then you see on the other end when Ghostface had his album, how they all. So to not get those albums, listen. Some guys are going, you may overshadow this person, or whatever the reason may be, but nah, it's crazy. You even got a Drake and Future album. They understood the moment. Yeah. That was legendary.
Yeah. That was you know what?
They had a moment.
It wasn't right. It wasn't good, but they were both they were on fire, and they both took advantage of the chemistry because they know, because come on now, they got crazy hit records together.
Come on, bro. That's what I'm saying. And when people see them come together and do an album, however you felt about the album, it didn't stop the moment, right? People was like,
tuned in.
Right.
I don't care if you hate Drake, you hate Future. That shit was on. You had no choice but to listen to it. That digital dash. Hold on, that digital dash shit is fire. Digital dash is bananas.
So, like you said, just imagine at Beanie's prime in his heyday, you get the album with him and Hov. Just imagine after Life is a Bitch, when you get the introduction to AZ and who he is, you get that Nas AZ album. Because Dr. Dre ain't waste no time with Snoop. None. Think about it. He ain't waste no time. Just imagine you get the Slick Rick Dougie Fresh album and it all sounds like that. Are you fucking kidding me?
That would have been insane for y'all because I was too little.
Bro.
No, I know that I did not like it. Listen. Yeah, I don't want to stomp. I don't want to stomp on your glory.
No. The Freddie Jason, that was with Fab and him, right? No, I don't.
Yeah.
Listen, I'm not as big of a fan as to Fab as everybody else is. Fab is cool.
Me either.
I don't get it. I'm not trying to get it. I show love because he's from New York. Big shout out Brooklyn. But I'd rather at that time in their heyday, I needed a Styles P Jada Kiss album to sound exactly how they were sounding in that era. That's what I needed. I ain't need Fab and Jada. I needed Jada and Styles P. You know what they could have called that? Heat with Al Pacino.
Yeah, oh shit.
Oh, man, fuck is we talking about, my nigga? Make me an A&R. What we talking about? and Fabian, all the videos you premise around the movie Heat. Every scene with Al Pacino and Robert De Niro, that's the concept.
Nah, that would be crazy. And what is Styles' nickname? Panero.
Yup. Don't tell me that ain't fire for that time. Of course,
That's
it's too late.
insane.
But come on, man. Come on, man. You crazy?
Nah, they anti-Brooklyn King speech. We love Jay-Z. I've never like hold on, Fab on the mixtape before the summer, whatever that's called. He blew up on DJ Clue shit. Like, and he remember he was Clue's man and he was on his label, so he was at the top of the DJ Clue mixtapes. Okay, so he listened to it first, and he earned all of our respect. Remember, he came out sounding like Mace at first. But then he switched up and kind of sounded like Jada. So for me,
But hold on, you can't say we're anti-Brooklyn. That's a whole lie. I love Brooklyn. My whole mother side of the family is from Brooklyn. I damn near grew up a little bit in Brooklyn. Sumner, Marcy, Kingston, and Troop. I don't know what he's talking about. Jay-Z is one of the GOATs. We already know R.I.P. Big. I go back to Trigger the Gambler. I like all of that. So I don't know what he's talking about. I'm just saying the way people go crazy over Fab, I'm just not that guy. I don't get the hype. I
thought it was because we saw, to me, I thought Jada created a whole lane, that whole punchline lane. Everybody copied him, but people were missing was that Jada came under Puff and he knew how to make songs and make punchlines into song. No, Trigger the Gambler was there.
Yeah, Trigger the Gambler. Yeah, I ain't bugging to Smooth the Hustler. Yes.
Yeah. Man, Smooth the Hustler.
Man, like, come on, man. So for me, it's just listen, man. I grew up in hip hop. I keep telling you, Orange Juice Jones is from my block. Kumo D, SNS, Craig G. Like, I grew up in hip hop. I grew up in the era of the block parties. I'm born in 77. So by 90, I'm 13 going on 14. I'm outside. So I've seen a lot. Been to show and to get robbed of those experiences and just to see Fabian Watch the Throne, Dr. Dre and Snoop, how big those were. Those other albums could have had that impact. Maybe not record sales, but impact in the game. Imagine getting the Styles P and Jada album right in their prime when they was going crazy. Like you said, J and B, like, nah, bro, they robbed us. The record labels, people's egos, they robbed us, bro. They robbed us.
Kings Beach, where's Saratoga and Atlantic? That's not Brownsville. That's I forgot where that's at. But we just giving love to Sean Price. What are you talking about, man? Chill out, Kings Beach.
And I give you another duo that is very underrated. And if they would have did an album, it would have been crazy. Shout out to my home team, Harlem, Cam and Mace. In they prime.
Oh yeah.
I'm just saying.
Yo, hold on.
Cam and Mace.
I hope that was supposed to carry out.
Bro, so just imagine around that time where they had all that buzz and you get a Cam and Mace album. So listen, a lot of record labels and a lot of these guys dropped the ball on that, bro.
We don't even want to go. Yo, Cam and Mace. Nah, Cam and Mace would have been, because they come from their family. So to see them do what they're doing with a sports show and come up like this, that's what we expected from a bunch of songs. Okay, they had a hit record just there.
Yeah,
Horse and Carriage, and it was dope.
So think about this. What I think about. Think about just a little example of what you would have gotten for a whole album. So you look at Horse and Carriage and go, what that? Look at the great discussion my video started. Yes, RP. Yeah. Listen, one thing with Knicks REHAB AllBall TV, sometimes we take a little U-turn, but it's just great conversation, and you can't deny great convos. But just imagine those one songs, and it would have been a whole album like that. Horse and Carriage, Life's a Bitch, right? The show, Dougie Fresh. So just imagine a whole album of just great production, great lyricism, bro. Insane. And you got an example of it with Dr. Dre and Snoop and with Watch the Throne. You got an example of, this shit is crazy. Like, so yeah, it's damn.
I'll end it with this: that DMX, Ja Rule, and Hov would have tore up the city. They had 2 joints, right?
That was 2.
Arena Squad and Post Up.
What they was calling themselves?
I thought it was Murder Inc. They were calling themselves.
Yeah. That was gonna listen. DMX and Jay together was just insane. But yeah, that Murder Inc.
Murdergram was the song, right. But even though we're not big Ja Rule fans, but he still was. That was when you couldn't be a star. You had to be a star to be a rapper. Ja Rule's a star. So for him to be on there, imagine him, it's Jay-Z and DMX. You would have never thought Ja Rule was on their level if you just first heard him rapping. But he has the voice, he had the skill set. And those songs are fire. And Ja Rule and Jay-Z got some shit together.
Yeah.
They got the hit record with the whatever that's called. But it's on Clue's album.
I know you're talking about
the gangster shit.
Yeah.
Who got the game? Nigga, who else got guns and rock jewels? Nah, Ja Rule got it.
Let me add hey chat, we're gonna end the conversation with this. That's why y'all gotta get to have a bigger platform, because we could actually like have segments where we could just talk shit like this. Fabian, real quick, you don't have to respond. Chat. Would you have been excited for Eminem 50 Cent album?
No.
No, I'm just chat. Would y'all have been excited for a 50 Cent Eminem album? Will you say no? Explain why.
Like patiently waiting.
Yeah. So don't act like they ain't got a banger.
They had another joint. Eminem was talking about putting pin needles or whatever. And on the low, patiently waiting. 50 smoke Eminem on the low. On the low. That it could be 50 don't get respect for being a lyricist, but he came out a lyricist before he slowed down.
People forget that. He was writing songs for people, so they listen. But I get what you're saying, but I disagree with you. I think at that time, the space they was in, I think that album would have been insane. Now, I think they would have had at least 2-3 songs that would have been like, what the fuck is this? Because that's just Eminem. Sometimes he just throws you way off. But if they could have stuck to the patiently waiting type sound, I think it could have been something.
And I respect Eminem. I'm not one of those that hate on Eminem. He got like 4 or 5 classic songs, undeniable. He the Marshall Mathers LP is damn near a classic, if not it is. Whatever song he's talking about where y'all copying Pac and Wallace, y'all like y'all switch wallets. Whatever Eminem was nice. Eminem was nice. I'm not an Eminem hater, but I wouldn't have been excited about Eminem and 50 Cent. Like it would have been, I guess, for those kind of fans, Eminem and Royce sounded better. Because Eminem and Royce had the original. Oh yeah, you good. Eminem and Royce had the original Renegade. There's another one here y'all said that I'm like, 50 was a hook master. Now there's something here y'all said. Needed this. Oh yes, Please Sport. My life is like a movie. That would have been crazy. And I wasn't even a big Max B Stack Bundles fan, but they were both heating up, and they both had chemistry in the same gang and everything. So that would have been dope for this era, because that's 15 years ago. That would have been crazy. Yeah, jump in, jump out, AllBall. It's called Harlem's Finest, The Return of the King. Chinks had a hit with the Nori sample. That was dope too. French Montana and Max B. They had a mixtape one, right? That was Mac and Cheese, or that's the new one? That's how French Montana got really his jump, because French Montana is like the original Vlad TV. one of. Said 50 found Ja Rule's Book of Hooks.
Nah, that's not true. That's not true.
They're saying that he made fun of Ja Rule for singing, and 50 Cent was singing, and I always felt like 50 messed up by not just giving into it. Like, yeah, so what? And I do it better. Like, he should have ran with it instead of running away from it. I thought that, like, yo, bro, you are the hook master. And then what happens 2 years later? Drake takes that style and takes it to another level. Another level.
Great discussion.
Ready? Yeah. You want to talk about Kevin Durant, or you done? We gotta take a nap, old man nap, and wait for the game.
Fuck Kevin Durant. Bum ass nigga. Yeah, nah. All seriousness, man. Like the basketball community, they glaze KD, and yes, he's a great player. But when is he going to take some accountability? When is people going to hold him responsible for going to teams and fucking up everything? Phoenix, now Houston. You seen a little clip of him being sarcastic?
Oh, in the post game. Is that in this?
No, I sent you another one. I mean, we gonna respond to that for 2 minutes. Hold on. I sent you. Yeah, remember, check it. I sent the one after that. It's the one after that.
I'll get to that in a second. It's Kendrick Perkins on Kevin Durant. Houston, damn it, we have a real problem.
Say I agree with you 1,000%. They're still in the second round, and it's not a knock on them. It's just that they have OKC and San Antonio looking up to them, and they're night. OKC and San Antonio are not is heads over heels better than every single team in the Western Conference, in my opinion. Yes, the Lakers have gotten better defensively. JJ Redick has been coaching his behind off for us, switching it up lineups wise, playing Marcus Smart extensive minutes. He's been outstanding throughout this run. And look, they finally found some type of chemistry and togetherness. LeBron James has taken a back seat of being their third option to Luka and Austin Reeves. But this is not this shouldn't be about the Lakers right here. This should be about the Houston Rockets. Houston, damn it, we have a real problem. We have a real problem. Ime Udoka last week just called out the Houston Rockets in the media, saying, basically questioning their toughness, saying they don't have dogs. They don't have chemistry. They damn sure don't have togetherness. And now it goes to the point of who is the leader in this damn locker room when it comes to the Rockets? They don't have one. And when you look at a guy like Dylan Brooks and what he brought to the table, that culture, their identity, every single night they was going to play with a sense of tenacity, especially on the defensive side. That is gone. And so when I look at the Rockets, I question that. And I also question their IQ. If you look at what they done last night in the fourth quarter, I know a lot of people want to blame Kevin Durant, and he should get about 50% of the blame because he knows better to have all those careless turnovers that he had.
That he had. Okay. I like that's oh boy. He kind of stole my thunder. I was gonna go there, man. Oh boy, what do you think about what Kendrick Perkins saying about Kevin Durant's performance, or would you rather listen to KD's press conference first?
I mean, we can listen to it all and then respond, I guess. Or it's up to you. It doesn't matter to me. How does it work better? How you could chop it, I guess, maybe. If we respond on one after. Yeah, I mean, while we here, I mean, like I said, once again, I'm seeing Kendrick Perkins very hesitant, very reluctant to put the blame on the superstar. Kevin Durant was brought over here to get Houston over the hump. But I'm going to tell you the problem. He's definitely a major problem. I watched that game, and in that fourth quarter, he was horrendous. Horrendous. There's no way to defend a player that caliber to play that bad in the fourth quarter, right? But I said this a while ago, and everybody laughed at me. Thompson Twins is just athletic. That's it. That's it. Ain't nothing special. Sengun, ain't nothing special. Baby Joker where? The real Joker, right? Not baby Jokic, maybe the real Joker. Why you didn't go get a point guard? Why you didn't go get a point guard? Everybody laughed at me. This team needs a point guard, right? But all of them think they're good enough. Is it me or was it Kyrie and Kevin Durant? Which one said in Brooklyn we don't need a coach?
I think Kyrie was the vocal one. And you know that's Kevin Durant's man. He stamped it, and Kyrie led the way to go to Brooklyn instead of the Knicks.
Right. So you have a Kevin Durant who's very high on himself. You have a coach who's very high on himself. At the end of the day, how could you not blame Kevin Durant? He was the piece to get y'all over the hump. People last season was very excited about this team, said they're going to make a huge step. Everybody loved the roster. You add Kevin Durant, and that's supposed to put you over the hump. And at this point, y'all not even the best. Y'all not even top 5 in the West. So for me, I'm tired of excuses. It's either Udoka or Kevin Durant. I'm not blaming nobody else. All y'all that was high on the Thompson twins, all y'all that's high on Sengun, don't go running and hiding now. Where y'all at? I've been saying this. The Thompson, he can't run the point guard position. During the trade deadline, you should have went and got a point guard. So for me, listen, miss me with this Kendrick Perkins not blaming no superstar. Kevin Durant, I'm sick of people afraid to criticize him. Yeah, he gonna clap back at you. That's what I like about him. But at the same time, bro, how long are we gonna allow you to get away with going to these teams and making them worse? I'm going to say it again. How long are we going to allow you to go to these teams and make them worse? And then allow you to blame everybody but yourself? Insane. Insane.
Right on cue. This is Kevin Durant's reaction to the game post-game.
Kevin, what are some of the things that can be done to avoid those double teams with you at the top of the key?
I mean, I don't know. You gotta ask. I don't know. I think we just gotta convert. Maybe I gotta just get out the way, get in the corner, space the floor out for other guys. And I think just that when I get the ball against certain teams, they just gonna settle out and just say, we're just gonna double and play a little zone behind it and see what happens. And if we give open shots, that's cool. But maybe I just need to get out the way. Be honest, set screens, be able to be ready to catch and shoot. Just space the floor for my teammates, It's been happening throughout the season, but, I'm starting to figure out, I think I just need to get out the way and let other guys dribble the ball.
Why do you
AKD. Barney Rubble.
Your ass is in trouble.
Yo.
Fabian, what type of answer was that? What happened with I gotta play better? I can't turn the ball over in the fourth quarter. I can't have only 2 points in the second half. What happened to that? Why the sarcasm? That nigga don't want to be blamed for nothing, bro. Nothing. So how can you ever consider yourself one of the greatest players ever if you can't be criticized? If you can't accept criticism? What you gonna tell me? I never played the game, so I can't talk it? I don't give a fuck about none of that. I know what I saw. 2 points in the second half, and in the fourth quarter, it was like a nigga paid you off the way you turned the ball over. Bro, I've been over Kevin Durant, dog. I've been over Kevin Durant. But that response, I guarantee you, Udoka is like, get this nigga away from us. Listen, what's the word I'm looking for? They not resent. When you do something and you wish you never did it.
That's it. Resent.
They resent that fucking trade. I guarantee you. Udoka is saying, God fucking damn, I wish we ain't ever get this nigga. Because the red flags was there. You see what happened in Brooklyn. You see what happened in Phoenix. You see what happened in Golden State. Everywhere this nigga go, he makes the team worse. And what makes it even worse than that, he takes no responsibility. None. Regret. Thank you, Joe White. That's the word I was looking for. I guarantee you don't get them niggas regret getting this nigga, bro. I watch him huff and puff on the court all the time. Listen, man. Miss me with... This is why he is so lucky he went to Golden State. Just imagine if Kevin Durant ain't have those 2 rings. Just imagine. And Kevin Durant... I'll never forget that one quote. New York ain't cool. We the coolest on the block now, nigga. Oh, have the tables have turned. You see how cool we are? You see how uncool you are? You see how uncool you look at that podium? Head down, embarrassed? Yeah. Because you know what you thinking in the back of your mind? I'm going to have to jump to another team. This ain't going to work. You ain't never getting that third ring, nigga. It's over. It's over. Fuck up out of here. Sick of KD, man.
I like what Trice Crew for Life said. Suns are thriving since that move when trading Kevin Durant. And they're thriving with Dylan Brooks, who was on the Houston Rockets and provided the personality, the chippiness, shout out to Styles P, that the Rockets, they really needed. Dylan Brooks already got traded from Memphis. I think they signed him for like 3 years, $60 million. They had him on the cheap, and they traded him to the Phoenix Suns. And I didn't expect Dylan Brooks to play this well in Phoenix now. Nobody did. Damn near an all-star. Kevin Durant is going through the same thing we've been saying, where everybody tried to be LeBron, but you're not LeBron. LeBron is a one-of-one, bro. That guy is a specimen. And not to say Kevin Durant is not, but you can game plan that. We've seen Kobe, Tony Allen, Ron Artest. They game plan on Kevin Durant early, and he figured some of that out. But you're a finesse kind of player. You're a finesse kind of player. That KD Carmelo argument should be had again. It should be had again, because it was just flat out KD's a better scorer, but Carmelo came in 2004. KD comes in 5 or 6 years later. Carmelo ain't get to play with this kind of spacing and all that, and get to load manage and get to pick his teams. So the fact that you go to this many teams, you get to blame Russell Westbrook in OKC. You get to blame Draymond in Golden State. On the low, you kind of blaming Kyrie in Brooklyn. You didn't want to be vocal about it. Get to blame James Harden in Brooklyn. Then in Phoenix, it was a problem. And you got Devin Booker. There's so many all NBA players you played with. Who's the problem? And that's why I said, going back to that argument with Draymond is yelling at him saying, bro, that's not the kind of style of black basketball we play over here, which is the exact style that you shitted on about when you described your experience with OKC. And you said one game against when Kevin Durant played against OKC last year, he was like, damn, I didn't have these kind of players in OKC. You had them in Golden State. The problem is you got a guy who will hold you accountable in Draymond Green. He ain't taking no shit, and he's going crazy. He's the kind of guy that we talked about. Willis Reed, Michael Jordan, these dudes who are going to step to you. Bro, that's not what we do. He's protecting the guy that the system runs around, and you didn't like that. You didn't like the fact that Steph Curry's getting the shine, and he's getting the credit for your rings. Bro, all you had to do was stay in Golden State, and we just ran down through all the greatest rap, the hip-hop 1-2 combos. Do you know what it would have been like if you'd been in Golden State for the last 12 years? You would have went down in the history books a whole different level. A whole different level. You could have been podcasting and doing all that from Golden State. From Golden State. And you would have been legendary. You would have been on. There would have been no question about it. They would have been arguing about whether it was you or Steph Curry. Who's really running this thing? Remember, Steph Curry didn't have great playoffs. Kevin Durant had Finals MVPs. Bro, he would have got your credit. You didn't want to go through what Jason Tatum and Jalen Brown went through and got over. They got the chip, and Jason Tatum just got hurt. He's back from a year long off from the injury, the Achilles injury. Now he's back, and the media is questioning whether Tatum could play with Jalen Brown all over again. And they looking at the media like, yo, bro, we done did this already. We won. We figured this out. You ain't getting to us. You didn't want to go through that. You don't want to go through the struggle of being great. That's the problem. It's struggling and losing. That struggling being great gotta be a way better feeling than struggling and doing what the hell you're doing right now. And Ime Udoka's gonna take a hit on this too. He be talking a lot of cash shit, AllBall.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
But like, what's the strategy for it's a no-brainer to get Kevin Durant and you kill the core of the team? It's similar to how what I was saying when we lost Hartenstein and we traded our chemistry away, our identity away, and try to reinvent that in real time, the Rockets got rid of their chemistry. Kevin Durant is somebody you add to that situation. You don't trade away the core to your identity for him, for his identity. They're taking on his personality.
Yeah, Udoka is very cocky and confident. And at times it comes off a little weird because you're not winning. But I said something a while ago, and I would love to revisit it real quick. Hey, chat, I asked y'all a while ago, who's better, Kevin Durant or Kawhi Leonard? At their peak, who's better, Golden State Warriors, Kevin Durant, or Toronto Raptors, Kawhi Leonard? Listen, y'all can argue with yourselves. Y'all can tell us we don't know the game, we didn't play this at all. Y'all can say all that. But Kevin Durant last night, that's who he is. He's for self. That's it. He's not going to take no responsibility. He's not going to take no blame. And his cop-out is going to always be, what you know, you ain't play at this level. That's always his cop-out. What type of answer was that yesterday if you're supposed to be the best player and the leader of the team? I don't care how bad of a leader you are. What type of cop-out was that? Oh, I might as well just set screens and let everybody... What? So how do you expect your teammates supposed to feel next time y'all on the court together or in the locker room together? Like, dog, you are unhappy everywhere and you are choosing these places to go. In Brooklyn, you chose to go to Phoenix. I'm pretty sure you chose to go to Houston. You're not going to go nowhere you don't want to go. You chose not to come to New York. So for me, it's like, yo, dog, when are you going to just take responsibility, man? You niggas are still in the league. Y'all think y'all still superstars and playing at a high level. So you're going to get treated as such. Ain't none of y'all coming off the bench. So at the end of the day, if we still got y'all in top 5, top 10, and yeah, you got a chance to win a championship, we're going to treat you like such. So it's just disappointing just to see him time after time just dodge bullets. Like, seriously, just dodge bullets. And by him being that much of a great player, because he is a great player, I'm never going to not say that. But it's like, come on, bro. Last night was unacceptable. Y'all had that game. Lakers is not a good team. I don't give a fuck what nobody say. When they hit shots, they good, but they not good defensively. And that game was on Kevin Durant last night. That fourth quarter, your man just gave up the ball too many times, and it seemed like he did that on purpose. Okay, huh? Y'all do it. Yeah, it seemed like he did one of those. But once again, I don't know how better Kevin Durant is than Kawhi offensively. I know Kevin Durant looks smoother. It looks better. Let's not act like Kawhi Leonard ain't got a bag. We see what he did to OG. Fabian, we have guys that look better doing it, and then we have guys that just get the job done. If y'all both average 30, why is one better than the other offensively? Because you like him better? Because his might look smoother? Listen, that's what I always say. When guys' careers is over, it's going to be a lot of great conversations to have. So when Kevin Durant retires, we ain't talking about you. We talking about Mike and Bird and Magic and LeBron. Nah, Curry going to get talked about in that conversation. And that's what be killing him inside. You went to Golden State and made them what they were for those 2 championships. And no matter what, when they talk about GOAT status, top 10 greatest basketball players of all time, impact, you ain't going to be named, bro. And you know why? Nights like last night. Take accountability, man. Take accountability. But I guarantee you, Udoka and them niggas is like, they regret getting Kevin Durant, bro. Because your trajectory was supposed to be this. Yo, listen. Y'all not going to tell me Fred VanVleet is the reason why they're... Go ahead, Fabian. You can read that. Mike T, love you. I'm tired of hearing everybody say that. They had an opportunity to go get a point guard.
Yeah, I think it reminded me of Fred VanVleet getting hurt, and the Steven Adams thing to me is a big deal. But that's the problem. It's not like it's the first time that Steven Adams got hurt. He's injury prone. So that's why you're supposed to keep the core of the team from last year. When you go trade for Kevin Durant, you're certain that this is a championship thing. And even then, it was like, bro, you're getting rid of the pieces of your team that when you get on the court, that's your whole play style. So when you trade that away, you're trading a piece of who you are, the grit, the getting in their face, the chippiness, because you really aren't that talented offensively. So you have to rely on the side antics, the circus show. That's just a part of the game. Try to get in their head. And Dylan Brooks, you see it. You saw when they asked Luka Doncic, who's the biggest shit talker in the league. He was like, they said, I forgot who they said, and he was like, Dylan Brooks. Brooks.
Real quick, my God, Stack Times and Mike T. I'm not saying they don't need Fred VanVleet. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying last night they did not lose because they didn't have VanVleet and Adams. That fourth quarter was Kevin Durant, bro. He had 2 points in the second half. He turned the ball over numerous times, and they still had the lead in the fourth quarter. That's on KD. And when you see how he responds at the podium, that's what I'm talking about.
Right. And back to Sengun, that baby Joker thing is maybe similar to what we're saying about let's slow down with the Brunson love. That Sengun love was going crazy. And I was saying, yo, we're going Joker. It took Joker a couple years to be Joker. Sengun isn't that. Not right now.
Not even
so
close.
You were banking on him being an MVP type.
Bro, Sengun is not even close to being the Joker.
Yeah, he's
like if it took a 10 to be the Joker, Sengun is like 2. It's not even close, bro.
2 is harsh.
No, bro, the Joker is the Joker is insane.
Yeah.
Bro, Sengun, your man, and once again, what you always say, we got to stop lying to ourselves. Guys have a good half a season, good season. We start, bro. Baby Joker.
Even though I disagree that Joker's the top 5 center of all time, and it's maybe solely because he don't have the same competition as the rest of the centers that ever played the game in that list, right?
Top 5 all time?
That's what they're saying. Top 5 centers.
Oh, I thought you said he's top because hold on. Kareem, Hakeem, you got Shaq.
Wilt,
you got David Robinson.
But my thing is, even with those guys, look at who they played. Their ability was tested, but I digress.
It's a fact.
So either way, even if you do have him top 5, what you're saying is Sengun is a baby version of that.
Yeah.
He's nowhere near that. Joker is the I always say, whoever in the half court, whoever can shoot and pass from the most places is on a different level. Larry Bird, Joker, Luka, LeBron. That's why Halliburton. I always give him so much love. Those kind of players are different. Sengun cannot pass and engineer an offense like the Joker. He just can't. So that's why it was tough. And for the Rockets to bank on Sengun being an MVP this year, they got to look themselves in the mirror with this one too, AllBall.
Let me ask you a question. Fuck the Houston Rockets right now and KD. Get that shit out of here, right? Let's end the show like this. Top 5 greatest centers of all time. I'm pretty sure we agree with Kareem. I'm going to agree with Wilt. I'm going to agree with Shaq. I'm going to agree with Hakeem. If that means Bill Walton, get that shit out of here. I'm sorry, Mike T. Love you to
He didn't have enough time. I think he means Bill Russell.
Okay, Bill Russell.
He led a dynasty.
So you got
Moses.
Who comes off for the Joker?
If y'all telling me that Joker's better than Moses Malone, who is that's my bar, the boring reply.
No,
that is the boring reply.
Watch this.
Moses Malone was in the ABA catching wreck. He came to the league and was bussing Mr. Goat's ass, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, in the finals.
Listen, I love Sherelle Blue. She a Nick. Look, can't put Ewing in top 5. He didn't win a championship, but I love the spunk, right? Because I'm about to die. Go ahead.
McTool, I always say Duncan is a center. I don't even know what I'm
power forward.
See, once David Robinson left, who the hell was playing center?
Stay right there. Stay right there. And people are gonna just answer this too quick. Right. Ain't no strays. Right. And he looked like the fucking penguin. That's a fact. Baby penguin. That's a whole fact. Fuck out of here. No strays. Thank you. Fabian. Is the Joker better than David Robinson?
Oh.
Now and I knew people answer too quickly. Why is the Joker better than David Robinson? At the center, not as a basketball player, at the center position, why is the Joker better than David Robinson?
Because you can't get in Joker's head. That was the knock on David Robinson. Remember, when Tim Duncan got there, you saw the difference between this is a big man, lottery pick, and then all of a sudden with David Robinson is like, yo, how come you couldn't? How did Hakeem get in your head like that? You ain't getting in Tim Duncan's head. And Hakeem, I think with Joker,
it's Hakeem, bro.
Huh?
That's Hakeem, though.
It wasn't just him. They missed. How many times did they get to the Western Conference Finals? I'm not saying he had a super team, but that's who's flat out a top 5 is Hakeem. When you talk about Joker, you can't mentally get to him, but what those guys would have did, including maybe David Robinson, he might have locked Joker's ass up. Like that's now if they're playing one-on-one and they on that court, David Robinson might lock his ass up. Like David Robinson was an animal. That dude was a specimen. So the physicality of those players, that's where they got the edge on Joker. Because IQ-wise and skill-wise, Robinson was great. He could shoot. He could go in transition. David Robinson looked like a gazelle. He looked like a deer out there. But this he's running an offense, bro. Like, I don't need a point guard. That's what Joker's doing. I don't need a point guard. And I can shoot from over here. And I'm gonna get the ball where it gotta go. And it is this era. There's a reason why a lot of those, no disrespect, but a lot of those European players back then, and I'm not saying Joker ain't tough, but all that flopping and bitching and moaning, you ain't doing that with them dudes. And maybe that's why it was David Robinson somebody got to his head finally, because it was like, yo, bro, I'm getting my ass whooped every night. They elbow me in the ribs, in the face. They're doing everything to me. So that's always been my difference. So maybe I answered too fast, man, because David Robinson was a different level.
And for me, I just love to have that conversation, because I don't think it's a wrong or right answer, right? I don't mind people taking a Joker. I just don't like that David Robinson gets looked over. Like, we have to really realize, like, that era of basketball at the center position, night in and night out, was insane. We cannot ignore, right? We cannot ignore that the competition that Joker goes up against at the center position today is horrific. It's horrific. Now, I don't want to take away from Joker's skill set and how great he is, but we cannot ignore that. Just how they say Jordan played against what they say plumbers and grocery store workers. Who was Joker playing against at the center position? Because remember, when they talk about Jordan and they compare the guards, the shooting guards that was in his era, they try to dog those guys. But you can't have it both ways. And then now with the Joker, I'm just saying, for me, David Robinson has an argument to be one of the greatest centers of all time. And if he's top 5, top 6, listen, offensively, he was insane. Defensively, it's not even close. It's not even close.
That's a landslide.
So, but like I said, the Joker is tough. He's smart. So I think he could have played and dominated in that era, but dominate like this where you're winning 4 or 5 straight MVPs, I don't see that, right? But
And also, just in case people, because I think everyone's pretty much they agree with us about the Joker in this conversation. But just to put the nail in the coffin on that, when they lost to the Lakers, when they had Dwight Howard old, beat up, he wasn't the same Dwight Howard, and I forgot who the backup was. I think it was JaVale McGee was there, alongside Anthony Davis,
Oh yeah,
but
you
they were
talking about
bodying
the
him.
bubble. Oh yeah. They had Jamel. Yeah, they had JaVale McGee, Dwight Howard, and they had about 3-4 centers. Yeah.
Anthony Davis. So, and then back then, okay, so people are gonna say, well, that's Anthony Davis on their side. Okay, but the point is, Brad Daugherty, all these dudes from the 90s. It wasn't just Brad Daugherty. You had a whole bunch of 7-footers. They're gonna be physical with you. That is nonstop all night. So that's the part to me that's like, that's the era of centers. So the same way, like you said, Jordan didn't play in the era where he played against his version of his guards. Okay, Joker ain't playing against the centers from back then. The whole league was set up to have 2, 3, 4 of them guys. It's different.
And you had to be strong and physical. Like back then, to be a center, it was no finesse. That shit was, you wasn't, listen, you had to mix it up, right? So, but I just wanted to have that discussion because, like I said, I just think a lot of guys, Rick Smits was tough. I can't stand his guts because he for the Pacers, but he wasn't a slouch. And that's a whole fact, James. Like,
imagine Joker having to deal with Bill Laimbeer. And I'm not saying he would have locked him up, but Bill Laimbeer, he would have been like,
Fabian, think about this. Think about at the center position today, you had to deal with Duncan Robinson, Patrick Ewing, Shaq, Kim Olajuwon, Rick Smits, and then you could go like to some of the guys that's not considered Alonzo Moore. The Kimbe. Bro, imagine having to deal with that night in and night out, bro. Ben Wallace, night in and night out. No off nights. Bro, it's so for me, Sam Perkins was finesse. Yes, he definitely could stretch the floor. Thank you, Nostalgic Nick. So it's I just feel like David Robinson doesn't get the props he deserves. And when you look at his game, having 2 championships, an MVP, a DPOY, like, bro, at one time he was the best player in the game, led the league in scoring. Those are things we can't ignore when we give those accolades and glaze everybody else for it. But we seem to forget David Robinson. So we got to
even say Patrick Ewing?
Exactly. Pat. I said Zoe. Yes, Patrick Ewing. Come on, bro.
Patrick Ewing would have torched. Defensively, he was a problem. And on offense, what was Joker going to do with Patrick Ewing? And this guy was one of the first centers to go stretch the floor in the 90s.
Bro.
For all you guys, I've watched it in the last year. Just rewatch 10 minutes of the Game 1 94 finals. The shit is ill. It is ill. The energy, everything. And you seeing Hakeem, Ewing go down, and just to see a center that athletic, because you see Hakeem is this alien, but then you see Patrick Ewing come down there with his moves. I'm like, damn, he was good, man. He was good. To have to deal with that every night would have been insane.
Bro, Pat was so tough. And look at the team that had around him, and he took him to the finals, bro. Like, Pat was tough, bro. But yeah, I guess I just love those type of conversations because it's different. And listen, man, Joker is great. I'm not taking nothing away from Joker, but it's some guys, man, that if they was in this era, imagine David Robinson in this era today. Bro, he's putting these niggas through the rim. Are you kidding me? Bro, imagine David Robinson today. Bro, he's running a fast break in transition like a guard. Bro, you not getting in front of him? Bro, he's putting you through the rim.
I think his only problem was being like super nice. Like Tim Duncan seemed like a super nice guy who was inside. He was a serial killer.
Tim Duncan was low key. Tim Duncan was a nut. His thing was a mind thing. You think he was nice? Fabian, just imagine. All jokes aside,
you seen the highlights when he got on him.
Bro, I'm gonna leave it on this note. You ask any of the great centers, Shaq, Patrick Ewing, Hakeem, right? Just any of them. And you ask them, what if Sengun or the Joker had to guard you? and just watch their reaction. Just watch their reaction. Some of them is going to say the political correct answer, but a nigga like Shaq, you're going to keep it 100% real. Putting them niggas through the rim, dog. See what Shaq said about Rudy Gobert? I'm putting them niggas through the rim, dog. Well, you see what he said about Akeem, right? Bro, let's stop acting like these dudes don't know the game. Yo, Fabian, just imagine Sengun trying to guard Patrick Ewing.
Yo, Akeem was so ill when Shaq described how he was so intense to play him in the finals, and all Akeem would do was like, good shot, fella. Nice try, fella. And he said he killed him with kindness that it messed him up. He was looking for the edge. Bro, that's why when he was playing with David Robinson, bro. Remember, David Robinson won MVP. Akeem was not playing with him. Yow.
Come on, bro. So for me, it's just like I said, I think David Robinson gets slighted in a lot of these conversations. But
ooh, great point. Cat locks Choker up, and Embiid when he's not scared. Another guy who's scary Sherry out there. He don't go to Denver, but when they play in Philly, he puts Joker in the torture rack.
Yeah. Listen, great conversation. We got to get ready, y'all. The game is in an hour. Listen, that's how much we love y'all. Y'all always bamboozle us, but we love it. Fabian, we live 7:30. Knicks at home against the bum ass Pacers, and if I'm not mistaken, Jalen Brunson is sitting out tonight.
Yes, thanks for announcing that in the chat, y'all. Thanks for updating us.
That makes the game that much interesting. Now I'm looking forward. No, I want to see now what Cat Bridges and these guys. Sometimes in life you get what you want, but are you prepared?
Will they bench Mikal Bridges?
See y'all in the hour. Get us out of here. We live, y'all.
AllBall TV.
They scared, but I'm not. They don't like comentario.
Y suscribe.